Both vice presidential candidates have agreed to debate each other in October on CBS News. As of now, it will be the first time the two appear on the debate stage together. Vance also proposed a September date on CNN, which the Harris camp hasn't responded to yet. We'll keep you posted on that. Today, Vance is in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, and former President Donald Trump is expected to hold a press conference this afternoon from his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. For more on the Trump campaign, let's bring in CBS News Chief Election and Campaign Correspondent Robert Costa. Robert, thanks for being with us. What are you expecting to hear from Trump today at Bedminster?
More attacks on Vice President Harris and Governor Tim Walz. This is a Trump campaign that's trying to reset, in a sense, though not formally, of course. They say they're not recalibrating their campaign strategy, but they are trying to reestablish themselves as a campaign, as a candidacy at this moment just before the Democratic National Convention, where they know Vice President Harris will get a boost in attention. She'll have the entire Democratic Party rallying to her side. So you see former President Trump trying to make sure he can frame Harris as he wants to characterize her and her record. That's why he's having these rallies in places like North Carolina and Pennsylvania, and why he's going to Bedminster, New Jersey today. He wants to be part of the conversation. I've covered him for a long time. He always likes to go at the news cycle and try to define it on his terms. Not always successful in doing so, but that's often his intention.
Well, I want to talk about that not always successful, because yesterday's speech in Asheville was supposed to be an economic speech, but he veered off script a lot. I mean, did he put forth any new policies that would help Americans?
He reiterated a lot of his economic positions, such as expanding American energy exploration in terms of drilling. He talked about making it easier for American businesses to operate with fewer regulations on the federal level. He talked about expanding the tax cuts he passed along with Republicans in Congress back in 2017. So you see from former President Trump a Republican message on economics, trying to say he's more of the pro-business, pro-worker party. And it's really that pro-worker message on inflation that he's competing with Vice President Harris, who is meeting with workers all of the time, keeping together that Biden coalition of labor that he built over 50 years in politics. She has her own ties to labor. Governor Walz does as well. And so they're battling over the labor vote. And it's an argument they're each making on the campaign trail on inflationary pain. Who's better positioned to address that for everyday Americans? That's really the core question of this campaign so far.
Robert, you mentioned an informal reset. CBS News is reporting the Trump campaign is bringing back some familiar names. What can you tell us?
Well, one of the main names coming back is former 2016 campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. He wrote a book with David Bossie called Let Trump Be Trump. And that really is the shorthand for what Lewandowski brings to this campaign. Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita have been running this campaign since its inception in 2022, 2023. But you see with Lewandowski's addition, someone from that old school Trump orbit. Hope Hicks, not back on the campaign, of course, but Corey Lewandowski and Hope Hicks were core parts of that 2016 campaign. Kellyanne Conway, Steve Bannon as well. Bannon now in prison. Kellyanne Conway remains an informal advisor to Trump. But Lewandowski shows a lot of the old team coming together.
Robert Costa, thank you.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, the Democratic National Convention kicks off next week. CBS News will have special coverage of the events in Chicago starting Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern.